Learning from legends.
Pimpin'. Listen, girls used to come to see me. They wanted me to take them out. So they give me a couple $100 a night.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Miles Davis edition. Coming at you. What's up, all you positive people out there? Chris G from positivelyprogressing.com. Thank you for tuning in and your continued watching habits. I appreciate it. In today's lesson, we're going to be learning from the great Miles Davis. More specifically, we're going to be looking at a part of his solo from KC Blues, which he recorded with Bird back in 1951. So the reason I chose this line is because it has so much great stuff in it, and it's only 3 bars long.
Pimpin'.
One, it happens in a blues, which is a very common chord progression. It utilizes enclosures and other bebop language. It has great rhythmic variety and time feel. And it resolves beautifully, showing you how to end a line with some finality. Ending phrases can be sneaky hard sometimes. I don't know if you guys ever have run into that problem, but sometimes I'm able to start a line, but to finish it off and make it sound good is kind of hard.
Pimpin'.
Let's play it. Let me play it a little slower without the recording. So let's break this line down. As I said before, this is in a blues, C concert blues, and we're going to be mostly dealing with the 4 chord, which is the F7. He starts this line on the and of 4, leading into that F7, and he starts with an enclosure around the 5 of the F7, which is a C. And then, after that, he does another enclosure around the 3, just a slightly different approach. After he hits the 3, he goes to the flat 7 of F7, which is E flat. So the notes he's kind of highlighting here is the C, the 5th, the A, which is the 3rd, and the E flat, which is the flat 7. Let me play it out of time so you can hear that. Now that's a pretty cool sound. What is that? That's the 3 going to the flat 7, but what is that sound? That sound should be very familiar to your ears. You should know what that sound is. If you said it was a tritone, great, you are correct. Email me and I'm going to send you a free popsicle in the mail. So the enclosures are one of the reasons why I absolutely love this line, and the way that he just phrases it and articulates. There's so much into that. Miles is just so smooth. It's just beautiful. Enclosures and approach notes are crucial for learning bebop and jazz language. Miles does this beautifully, like I just said, and he is able to do this with just 8 notes. Just speak the language masterfully with 8 notes. It's crazy. Even if you just took this part of the line and learned it in 12 keys, you have just boosted your dominant 7 bebop language greatly. So if you cannot double time this line yet, don't worry. There's a fix to that. Just keep practicing at a slow tempo. And what you want to do is, if you want to use this in a solo, you can still use it in a solo and use 8th notes instead of 16th notes. So you'll start the line on beat 4 instead of the and of 4, and then you play the line in 8th notes versus 16th notes. So I'll play them both ways. Here's the line the way that Miles plays it. 1, 2, 3, 4. And here's a way you can play it if you want to do it in 8th notes. 1, 2, 3. Now 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Still sounds cool. So just work that up, and that's going to get really comfortable under your fingers. Then you'll be able to play it with 16th notes. You'll be able to play it 2 different ways, and you can play it on any dominant chord as long as you transpose the keys. Awesome. Now if you start changing lines like this, changing the rhythms or changing the feel, or doing what I just did where you made it 8th notes versus 16th notes, you can make it into triplets. You're going to start making those lines your own lines. You may have learned it from Miles Davis, but you're making it your own by changing rhythmic things about it, or changing the feel of it, or putting it on a different beat even. That's totally up to you. Doing that, you're going to make that more part of your playing, which is just going to keep enhancing your improvisation. Now, another thing I would definitely stress here is to sing the line. Make sure you can sing this part of the line. Don't worry, you don't have to be a good singer. I'm not a good singer. Ba, 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 bo, da, bo, bo, dee, oh. Ba, bo, da, ba, bo, bo, dee, oh. Ba, bo, da, da, bo, bo, dee, oh. I'm not a good singer. But when you sing this line, and when you sing any line for that matter, you're going to get it more into your ears, and you're going to be able to relate it better on whatever instrument you're playing, I promise. The second part of this line is classic, cool, laid-back Miles. Just so hip. I think I might like the second part of this line better than the first part. I like the whole line. I love it. That's why I'm teaching you it today. But Miles is just amazing at being able to do something rhythmically interesting, double time, super tasty, and then he just lays something back and resolves it, and it's just like it's like a breath of fresh air. It's amazing.
Pimpin'.
So here's a quick color tone breakdown. So you got a leading tone into the 6. All right, the 6 of the 4 chord is D concert, okay? And then he moves down to the 5, then he goes to the 9, to the 1, back to the 9. So he goes 9, 1, 9, ba, 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 do, de. So da, da. I told you I'm not a good singer. Da, da, ba, ba, da, do. And then he resolves right to the 3, kind of anticipates it. Just before he hits the 1 chord, he plays that 3 right on the end of 4, and he's anticipating the 1 chord, and he just flows perfectly. Super cool. One of the reasons I think this line is so effective and had me looking at my screen going, damn, Miles, whew, is how Miles uses his phrasing, his rhythmic variety, his contrasting rhythm. It was like rhythmic tension, if you will. He's even changing language within the line. So the first line is very bebop centric. The second line is very bluesy. So he's kind of having a battle between bebop and blues, but intermingling them perfectly to just flush our ears with amazing sound.
Pimpin'.
Miles is so awesome. He has so much style and grace and control. He has so much control. You know, I think he showed that over the years. He had his own style with every single decade of music that he played, and I think that's why he is so beloved and his music is still played today. And I think his Kind of Blue album is still the most sold jazz album ever in the history of the universe. I'm not sure. I didn't look that up. That might be a made-up stat, but I'm pretty sure I heard that. Fact check me, leave a comment below. It's all good. So now it's time for you to go learn from this legend, Miles Davis. I will be making more Learning from Legends featuring Miles. Spoiler alert. Spoiler alerts go on the other side of news, but whatever. Doesn't matter. So thank you for tuning in. Thank you for your time, and leave a comment below if there's a solo or a breakdown you want me to do. I'm more than happy to do it. Any questions you have, leave them below. Thank you very much. Just remember, always positive, always progressing. Until next time, see ya.